Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. We kick things off tonight with some controversy in the Premier League of Belize. Football teams across the country are waiting with bated breath for the start of the 2023 playoffs. It was expected to begin weeks ago, but there have been some delays in the season schedule. This is due to a dispute largely between the San Pedro Pirates FC and Verdes FC. It all began with a match between both clubs that was scheduled to play on April 8th in San Pedro. The game was postponed based on a decision by the match commissioner. That has led to several outcomes that the San Pedro Pirates management is saying have been unfair to its football club. We spoke with Carol Maldonado Claros, owner and manager of the San Pedro Pirates.
When the week starts, the general secretary or the league's office send you information on how many officials will be here so that you can get the hotel room, account for meals because you have to pay them meals, you have to pay them transportation from Belize City to San Pedro, and you have to make sure somebody is there to pick them up and bring them to the hotel that they will be staying, and then somebody to pick them up from the hotel to take them to the stadium. I called all over for accommodations, and the only accommodation that I could have done, it was crazy money. It was, I don't remember it. It's written somewhere. I think it was like $368 a night. So obviously the club could not afford that. And I called back the office and I explained to the office that I cannot find any accommodation for them. The office, through the GS, and I mean, I know that the office didn't do it, maybe, I'm hoping they didn't do it intentionally. The office suggested to me, hey, contact the traveling team and request from the traveling team if there would be any space that the referees can return back to Belize City. I contacted the president and I explained the situation. In that moment, he came and he said, I don't see anything wrong in that. Plus, we are taking a boat that will be holding close to 100 persons. And we have a lot of those persons that will be staying for the weekend in San Pedro. They're not coming back. So there will be a lot of space. I don't see anything wrong in that. When I picked them up, right, I saw, because I'm very observative, I saw, bags, I saw family, and I was like, man, they are coming just for the day, and they're heading back the night and they're bringing big bags. So I came and I put that in my mind. And as I reach my business, because I took them so that they can go and have some lunch. When I reached my business, I went in the office and I called the league's office and I say, GS, did you advise the referee department? That's where like hell broke loose, right? The referees came to me and he say like, so you don't have accommodation for us? That is not acceptable and we are going back.
The match was eventually called off. Verdes FC launched a complaint and the match commissioner submitted a report on what transpired. According to Claro, with those two documents, PLB's organizing committee ruled that the situation be deemed a forfeit on the part of Pirates FC and that Verdes FC be granted 3 goals and the victory. Claro and her team launched an appeal of the decision before the league's appeals committee. That ruling was published over the weekend.
When the appeal ruled, there were very key words that they used in their ruling. One, the word is squashed, void and null. So whatever decision the disciplinary took was squashed, void and null. Moreover, on that decision, it says that the DC and the OC did not practice natural justice against San Pedro Pirates, which those 2 words is big. They did not give San Pedro Pirates the opportunity to defend themselves. Then they come and say, they have already told them you did not practice natural justice, but now you're telling me you're going to have a home game. It's your home game, but let me punish you because you're not going to have it at home. You're going to have it at Isidoro and you will inquire part of the cost. So now Verdes have all their money. They haven't spent no money at all. But now Pirates have to do an extra expense to travel out of San Pedro.
We will continue to follow that one as News 5 understands that the Football Federation of Belize has gotten involved in the matter. Moreover, because these are the top two teams in the league, the season's playoff matches cannot begin without these two matches being played. From the pitch to the mat, a group of students from the House of Shotokan Karate embarked on a journey to Chetumal, Mexico to participate in the Eagle Park Taekwondo Championships held on May 6th at Parque del Queso. Among the notable accomplishments, Humphrey Swayze secured the first place medal in the children's fighting division. Jamir Ayala emerged as first place winner in the men's fighting division, and Leah St. Clair claimed the first place victory in the children-girls fighting division. Other outstanding achievements included Nefetia Lopez securing second place in the children-girls fight division, Maya Grant and Makaya Grant both achieving the second place in the children's girls fighting division, Koichi Lam securing the second place in the boys fighting division, and Manon Mazea achieving the second place in the women's fighting division. Additionally, Joy Bowen claimed the second place in the Tots Children fighting division. Lucas Martinez secured the second place in the children's boys fighting division. Gordon Feinstein achieved the second place in the boys intermediate fighting division. Bention Feinstein emerged as the second place winner in the boys beginners fighting division, and Nicholas Hyde claimed the second place in the boys fighting division. Over 80 riders took their places at the starting line on Sunday morning for the second annual Guns Cross Country. The race began in San Ignacio Town and finished in front of Leslie's Import in Belize City. In Central Farm, it is Elwin Humes out at front all alone. 40 minutes into the race, approaching Mount Hope for the downhill ride, Kent Gabriel sprints for the station prize on top the hill. Exiting Tikettle, Dylan Levi is applying the pressure onto the lead riders, but Kent Gabriel does not let up. He latched on to Levi. A pile-up just outside of Mahogany Heights Village saw several riders leaving the race with injuries. We wish them a speedy recovery. Almost 2 hours into the race, it is Ihori Kenya all alone up front. Entering Belize City only a few miles from the finish line, 6 riders are leading the race. Nearing the finish line, Dylan Levi launched an attack with Kent Gabriel on his rear wheel. With about 500 meters left to the finish line, Kent Gabriel gets out of his saddle and launches an attack, leaving Levi behind. At the finish line, it is junior rider Delton Rojas that finishes first overall and takes the first place prize for the junior category. He is followed by Kent Gabriel, who finished first in the A category.
I want to give thanks to the Almighty Father for blessing me with the health and strength and the ability to be out here today. It was a very, very intensive, tough race. A lot of big competitors out here. I never take nobody lightly. At the end of the day, I know it will come down to a strongman race, and it's always man over matter.
I work really hard, man. I work really hard. I put countless hours in a bike. I just try to do my best every time I come out, man.
And finally, for tonight, in our weekly Belize Elite Basketball League update, the Venice Belize Hurricanes secured a spot in the 2023 playoffs, following this weekend's victory over the Dangriga Dream Ballers inside the Belize City Civic Center. Meanwhile, the Belize City Defenders are one victory away from securing the second seat in the playoffs after dominating in Orange Walk against the Running Rebels. And while all of that is happening, the voting is on for the 2023 All-Star Game. You can head over to the BEBL's website to cast your vote for your favorite All-Star. Well, folks, that's it for tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Until next time, Be mindful that nature is the best playground. Go out and have some fun.